Sigmund Freud never dreamed about it. Albert Einstein never calculated it. And it never fell on Sir Isaac Newton's head. But we now know, through recently uncovered database information, that the epicenter of the universe is Humboldt, Iowa, the best small town in the whole world. Those words were first recorded in 1973 by Harry Reasoner.
A great many people who grew up in small towns live in cities now, telling everyone how good it was back home. You wonder if maybe small towns are better to remember than they are to live in. The people who stay in small towns frequently profess a great affection for them. They wouldn't want to live in the hustle and bustle of the big city. As far as I know, Humboldt, Iowa is the best small town in the whole world.
The best small town in the whole world. Of course, dispassionate journalism aside, Harry Reasoner's hometown is Humboldt, Iowa. Humboldt County, Gilmore City, Bradgate, Pioneer, Thor, Hardy, Renwick, Bode, Otteson, Rutland, Laverne, Livermore, Humboldt, and Dakota City, the county seat of Humboldt County. Home of 12,000 of the most spirited people in America.
But a person only needs to spend a few minutes riding up and down Main Street or any other part of the community and look at the physical presence of the community. And they will see immediately, without interacting with a soul, that there's something different about Humboldt.
Ask a man who knows. Former Humboldt teacher and coach, now director of the NCAA, Dick Schultz.
Well, there's a lot of pride in the community. You can see that in the competitiveness of the individuals and their businesses wanting to be the best at what they do. You know, it's a very pretty, well-groomed city. People take a lot of pride in their homes and how their lawns look, and I think that carries over into everything. You have that basic pride, and that pride leads you to be the best that you can possibly be. They're not only competitive, but really very creative and very well organized, and community spirit is outstanding.
Competitive, creative, community spirit.
When I came to Humboldt, I put on my rose-colored glasses, and I have not taken them off. I have loved Humboldt for the full 25 years. I've loved my work, my community, my church, my people in my Humboldt community.
In the motorhome business, we won the National Design Award, and people couldn't figure out how a little town like Humboldt, Iowa could produce anything like that.
You can see the pride everywhere, in the way people do their jobs, the way they keep their homes, the way they run their schools.
Humboldt High School probably has the most diversified curriculum of any school our size in the state of Iowa. Art, industrial arts, we have the fine arts, we have business, we have home economics, and we have a lot of elective courses in those areas.
In a state that's known for educational excellence, Humboldt County is world-class. Top-notch college prep, as well as an industrial tech program that prepares students to be knowledgeable as well as hard workers. Ask Jim Gargano. He looked a long time for a newspaper to buy and a community to settle in.
Our employees come to work and they want to work. They don't want to sit around and do nothing. If there's nothing to do, they'll find something else to do, whether it's filing or whatever. They always put in a good day's work. We like this with our people. We don't have to stand over them and make them do that kind of thing. They just do it.
Well, they're craftsmen. We have hired people in from these little towns and some off the farm, and they're not only industrious, but they're conscientious, and they want to learn their trade, want to do the best they can.
A diversified economy. Agriculture and manufacturing have walked hand in hand to create a spirited atmosphere of prosperity in Humboldt County. Shops abound downtown, and established industries have been joined by newcomers at the 50-acre industrial park. The park is full service, backed up by MAP, as well as Humboldt County's other major power supply.
Our employees have a tremendous longevity. When they come to work for us, they stay here forever. And that's a tremendous asset for a utility like us, is because we can keep our employees. And that's another thing that's good about Humboldt, is the employees are solid employees, are good workers and hard workers, and we've been very successful at keeping those people. We're here because of the people that are here.
And speaking of people who are here, Humboldt County Memorial Hospital, 49 beds, a special care unit. On staff are 30 physicians, nursing and support staff second to none.
We have, of course, laboratory services, x-ray services. We have a respiratory therapy department, physical therapy department. We also have surgery, an OB department. We do have a specialty care unit for our cardiac patients, and we also have telemetry. Nursing staff is outstanding. Our specialty care unit, again, is outstanding and serves the community very well. We have an up-to-date laboratory and an up-to-date x-ray department, mammograms, ultrasound equipment.
The Park Physicians Clinic adjoins the hospital, open 24 hours a day. The result? Quality care for Humboldt County. Perhaps most indicative of the health care offered in Humboldt County is that 20-some years ago, the hospital was financed and built by, you guessed it, a volunteer effort. What do we need? How do we get it? What do I do? Like the playground, 200 people, 2,000 hours, too much fun for kids for years to come. The power of people working together. And speaking of power, you may have caught this gentleman on TV Sunday afternoon, Monday night, or maybe the Super Bowl. He grew up in Humboldt County, then kept right on growing. 6'7", 285 during the season, and when the season is done, he lives in the old hometown.
Whether it's in New York or in LA or Seattle or wherever, you do that for 6 months out of the year, you're ready to get out of the city, quote city living, and come back to a what I call a more stable environment or whatever. I think the people are friendlier, and it's a lot easier. I can jump in my car or truck and be anywhere in town in 2 minutes, and opposed to a city where it takes 25, 30 minutes to go across town.
Not everybody in Humboldt County is as large as the Bengals' Bruce Reimers, but there is some prior history. 2 national wrestling champions, 9 state champions, and Frank Gotch, the first heavyweight wrestling champion of the world. You can find Frank here at the Humboldt County Historical Museum, along with mementos of years gone by. Rich in tradition, Humboldt County's churches offer a variety of denominations. And speaking of tradition and religion, Father Paul Doberstein's convictions led him to build a grotto not too far away. Begun in 1912, the grotto consists of over 250,000 pieces of stone artistically laid together, forming a monument to the good father's beliefs. Since it was open to the public, over 3 million people have come to marvel at the grotto. A progressive community, always has been, always will be.
I can recall the first impression I had in Humboldt was the wide streets. And keep in mind, this was 1950, but they had the ultra-wide streets in the residential area, and this was just unheard of. And so the first thing that came to my mind is that this has to be a good city because these people are very progressive and very well organized.
Easily accessible by air or by land, Humboldt County is perfect for light industry, manufacturing, warehousing, and retail. Within a few hours drive time of Des Moines, Minneapolis, Omaha. Cooperative government, friendly, hard-working, competent, prideful people. Humboldt County, you've got to see it to believe it.
When you have that prideful attitude, I think that rubs off on every single person that's a part of the community.
If you happen to go down the street and talk to somebody about Humboldt, Iowa, they're going to tell you that this is a great place to live. You know, we wouldn't live anyplace else.
Well, the quality of life is more than up to par. It's, I think, probably the best in the world. I just came back from Baltimore and Washington, D.C., and it's almost like coming back from a foreign country. And you kind of want to kiss the soil when you come back to Humboldt.
It seems to me that if the world were more like Humboldt, the world would be better.
The best small town in the whole world. Someone had to notice. Humboldt County is too good a secret not to tell.